rhino is worth more dead than alive.
Worst case scenario is that we're going to lose everything.
The species is really on the brink.
It enrages you right there so much.
Hard working and never give up. They will go there, they will kill the rhinos, and they will get away with it.
The last stand of the endangered black rhino could be here in Namibia. There are fewer than 6,000 left in the world, and Namibia has 90% of them.
You see that image of the rhino, black rhino, running across the plains, usually with their tail up in the air. That's Africa.
The country's also custodian to the second largest white rhino population, so there's a big responsibility to protect them from poachers. It's the morning milk run for Annette Olofse.
Oops, today you are different. Today switch around, huh? Today you are switching around. Go.
And her rhino orphans are waiting for her tubs of sustenance. She's hand-reared these two from birth, determined to do her bit to save the species from criminal gangs who slaughter them for their horns.
It enrages me. It enrages me to take such a valuable life, which just for this piece of dust. I mean, it's dust. It's just nothing, and I kill for it.
They're 17 months old and about to be weaned, but still babies, playful and curious about our team.
Yeah, finished. It's finished. It's finished. There's no more. Da ist nichts mehr. Das ist klar. Oh my God, that's amazing. It's so good, so fertig. Yeah. And you can feel, if you want to feel his mouth, is soft and soft. But if you put your finger in there, you can feel how strong they are, because that is...
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. That is how he rips off the grass.
Wow, that's really hard, yeah. He's pulling.
Yeah, and it's that muscle is immensely strong, because that's how he's feeding. That is how he pulls off the grass.
She's been saving orphan rhinos for nearly 3 decades. Sleeping with them in her stable, they see her as their mother, and she nurses them to adulthood.
Yeah, it's your lucky.
By the time they're ready to be released into the wild like Kato and Kamshona, there's a unique bond.
Ist das alles heute neu? Hm? So many... Das ist lecker, ne? Das ist lecker, ne?
It's unbelievable to think that these guys are still babies. They're huge. And how much do they weigh, Annette?
Probably 450 kilos.
450 kilos each.
That's the same as a mini caravan each.
That's amazing.
She runs the family farm and safari business with her son, and they're focused on conservation. They believe legalising the sale of rhino horn is one way of saving the species, currently worth more dead than alive.
At this present moment, what's the value of that rhino?
What do you think?
Zero. The legal value of that rhino is zero. The illegal value of that rhino is probably 4 kilogram horn, 60,000 US a kilo, about 240,000 US illegal value. We've lost so many rhino. You know, the species is really on the brink that we just want to conserve every single one.
They're constantly fighting the war against poachers, with no animal off limits.
There they are. I mean, we feel so lucky to be able to see that sight, because it only takes a poacher to
get lucky once for them to die. And look at this vast area of land that they have to try and secure. Namibia's wildlife is the draw here. But coronavirus has punched a hole in the tourism industry, halting so much travel. Security companies are training teams to take on the poachers. But their contracts are being slashed right back as the safari lodges cut costs.
We are withdrawing from certain farms because of the financial impact, and that leaves the rhinos up for grabs. I mean, and we are seriously concerned about the fact that the poaching will pick up soon again, and because of the fact that the anti-poaching units were stepped down.
The anti-poaching units are probably doing the most important job on the country's game reserves. This is one man's private army against the criminal syndicates. And this is his first line of defence. Namibia's largest stock of white rhinos is kept on this sprawling farm. And every single one of them is precious and heavily protected. Their location is secret. Any details could lead criminals here and cost a rhino's life.
You can see how easy it is for poachers to get close to them. Because we are definitely close enough, if we were a poacher, to be able to shoot. And that's why they go to such extraordinary lengths to protect them.
But keeping some of the world's remaining white rhinos alive is a heavy financial burden.
We are actually at the brink of going bankrupt. We are really struggling to pay everything. During Corona time, we unfortunately had to let a few people go.
This shooting isn't to kill the rhino, but to keep it alive. It's being drugged so it can be transported to safety. The mission here is to repopulate the world with rhino.
So it's 42.5 centimeters.
And that's meant taking them out of their African home and selling them abroad, with many headed to America. They're also cutting off the horns of some of the rhinos left behind. It makes them less attractive to poachers, and it will grow back. But the criminals who kill for the horn know they can sell it on the black market for millions. Their mainly Far East customers mistakenly believe it's an aphrodisiac and a medicine. The horn's stored in bank vaults and various security companies and frequently moved around to avoid detection.
Yeah, that's quite a large amount.
Yeah, this is approximately 16 kilograms. So we're talking about times 80,000 US, it's roughly $1.2 million US worth on the black market, of course.
But he can't sell any of it. It's illegal. He says right now it's only the poaching gangs who are making money out of the rhinos. Jaco Muller goes to extraordinary lengths to protect the rhinos on his farm.
And how effective do you think this whole gyrocopter is in anti-poaching?
I think that's our big
Weapon.
yeah. It's a deterrent.
From the air, he can spot the animals and keeps tabs on their movements. And he does this day and night.
Well, our biggest fear is that the poachers, that they're going to get killed by rhino poachers for their horns.
Jaco's eyes in the sky help guide his colleague Juliet on the ground to where the rhinos are.
Yeah, I had one just across the road in front of me.
She tracks down each rhino, looking out especially for those with calves. And she logs them all. She's named each one of them and knows them all by sight.
Hi, did we scare you? I'm sorry. Calm down. Calm down. Good girls. Hi. Hi, sexy girls. And there's another boy. Hi, Britas. Calm down. It's all right. It's all right. Good girls. Boys.
The pandemic lockdown plus tougher sentencing has led to a dramatic drop in poaching numbers. But with restrictions lifting, they're fearing the worst here.
Poaching numbers has decreased, but that doesn't mean the war's over. And I think coronavirus has just made it go down a bit, but I think we're going to rocket up again in a year or two's time when things go back to normal. They're going to want to catch up for what they've lost out on.
So they're working hard to prepare for that. And they feel the burden of responsibility on all of them.
We must keep on pushing. We must just be hard-working and never give up of just with this pandemic of coronavirus. We must just work on our best, or do on our best just to protect the rhinos.
But right now, there are just a few standing between the rhinos and the poachers. And so far, the poachers seem to keep on winning. The massive economic impact caused by the pandemic will also rebound on these creatures, who just can't seem to escape the threat of being wiped out. Alex Crawford, Sky News, Namibia.